Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to It's All Black and White TV and yes, the Transfers Show. If you do like what you see, please do smash that like. It really does help the channel up the search and it means new viewers find it more easily. So follow Sean the Sheep and smash those likes. Thank you very much. If you're brand new at the channel, come and smash the subscribe. Be part of this great community. Helps the channel grow on the way towards 1200. Also, hitting that bell notification. That tells you when I'm live, have a pre-record or any upcoming shows. If you want to become a member, it's 99p. Do that by clicking the join button, and if you want to make a donation, do that in the chat by clicking on the $ as well. Right, okay. Got comments in, so I'll get in the comments first of all, and then we'll get into the show. Hi guys, says Clarky. Hi to you, mate. He says, yeah, shit, there's no football this weekend. Malarkey, I know. Yeah. Hi all, says Yabba. Hi to you, mate. Hope you're well. Afternoon, Tony, says Ian. Good afternoon, Ian. Hope you're well too, mate. Good afternoon, Sefton. Thank you very much. Mighty Mac still hungover. Oh dear me. Not great, is it? Not great. I don't suffer hangovers now. Believe it or not. Hair of the dog, absolutely, Sefton. Absolutely. A couple more like. Looks like we have a replacement for Ashworth. Yep, we will talk about that. We will. When you're starting Sefton. Afternoon, Tony. How was the meals? Yeah, I'm going to come into that as well in a moment. BR Aiken as well. Buzzcocks, we are shit. But now that sporting director looks mint. Yes, he does, Buzzcocks. And like I see, we'll talk about him as well in a moment. Although I don't know too much about him, to be fair. Wayne says, evening, Tony and all in chat. Good evening to you, Wayne. Hope you're well. Great to see you. So I'll tell you where we'll start. We'll start yesterday. So yesterday, I went to Luton Town to go and see the Newcastle women taking on #United in the cup final for the National League final. Fortunately, it ended disappointment. Yes, #United won it 2-1. I mean, we got off to a great start after 16 minutes when, you know, the own goal, it was like comical. I've like watched it back now and, you know, I couldn't, but I didn't know at the time how bad it was because where I was, I just saw the ball land in the net, but I didn't know who'd scored. It was a bit of a comical own goal, let's be honest. But then after that, they come back into it 3 minutes later and quite a good goal, by the way. Nothing that the goalkeeper could do about it. You know, it was a well-worked shot and put in the back of the net. Second half, we sort of come out. We did have a little bit of a go, and I thought, oh well, this looks promising. You know, we could go and wrap this up now, and that didn't happen. Then for about the last half hour, it was all #United, and they then got the goal. Let's be honest, wasn't great for the women. The final curse has hit us yet again. You know, but one day we will win these trophies. Don't you worry about that. But the main thing is now the girls have now got to get on and concentrate on the league, you see. And that's the thing now. Just get them wins and get the promotion done. You know, I think they could get promotion wrapped up next weekend, I think. They're at home at Kingston Park next Sunday, Easter Day, to Liverpool Feds. So if people have got anything spare to do on Easter Sunday, get yourself to Kingston Park and roll the lasses on to promotion. I think if they win that, they are promoted. I think Forest's game was abandoned today, and Burnley, who have got a few games in hand, are drawn 1-1 with Stoke City. So they're not going to catch Newcastle now. It's only Forest, and I think if we win next week, I don't think Forest have got a chance. So look, let's hope the lasses win next weekend. A few people spotted me on TV yesterday as well when the camera panned round at half time. It caught me on camera. So yeah, absolutely. Right. But as I say, it's such a shame about the women losing as well. Alessandro says, just watch your Volkov, my friend. Well done. Cheers, mate. Thank you. Yeah. All I would say is Luton Town. It's probably one of the worst grounds I've been to. In fact, probably I'm going to put down as the worst ground I've been to. Um, and I've been to Scunthorpe's Glanford Park when we lost down there 2-1 in the Championship in 2009-10 season. And let's be honest, Glanford Park is better than what that was yesterday. Stewards, not very great. Trying to find where my seat was and asked 3 different stewards and got 3 different answers. So, not great at all. Surely they could have got a better stadium than Luton Town, to be honest. Why couldn't they have gone and used the Emirates? Why couldn't they have used the Tottenham Stadium? Something like that. At least give them a decent stadium to play in. It's not the best of places, Luton, by the way, either. Wayne says evening. To Mighty Mag. My apologies, I was on the phone. Tony will tell all that. I wouldn't drop my wages join the club at the moment. Nice one, Sefton. Yeah, so there is some talk going around about this man, Rui Pedro Braz. What do we know about him? Well, what we know is he's currently the sporting director at Benfica. Used to be an ex-TV pundit as well, so that's when he went into. He has got a degree in sports and everything. It seems as if this one has a lot of legs. There's a lot of media reporting on this. Apparently, he's been in London. He's been interviewed by the company who are finding us a sporting director, who the club have employed to find him. And believe he was still in London yesterday. So things could be heating up in this. We may have our search for our DOF at the end now. There was a lot of talk about Paul Mitchell coming in, but I just wonder if the club looked at Paul Mitchell and thought, do you know what? Everywhere he's gone, he's only been there a couple of years. Maybe they want somebody who's going to be there longer term. And maybe they spot this guy, and maybe he said, look, I'm one for a long-term project, not to just come for a couple of years and disappear. Look, I would say we definitely need somebody in before the end of the season. Definitely. Because I think this summer could be a busy summer. There's going to be players who we need to get rid of. We need to ship some players out. We need somebody who's going to be ruthless. And hopefully this might be the guy who comes in and says, look, I'm going to be ruthless, and say, right, that player has to go. Boom, get them off the wage bill. We know Benfica have signed some gems in the past. He handled the sale of Enzo Fernandez, who went to Chelsea, as we know. So look, as far as we know, he's done a great job there. I do not know a lot about this man, so I can't really go into too much detail about him. But all I'm saying is, this is what's happening at the moment. So hopefully the search for our director of football is at the end game now. And then at least then we know where we stand, and just get rid of Dan Ashworth as soon as Man United want to pay the 21 million. Simple as. Keep them waiting. Keep Ashworth on gardening leave if I have to. Ian says, I've never heard of him, Tony. No, I hadn't heard of him until today, mate. But, so. But apparently his stock's pretty high, apparently. So I've read. Buzzcocks, does this mean we'll be fleecing Chelsea for 100 million every transfer window now? Who knows? All depends, doesn't it? Therefore, help with FFP, then we can keep Bruno and Isak. Yeah, I mean, look, we're getting all these stories going around that Bruno's going or Isak's going. Nobody knows. The media play a lot of guessing games. And remember, at the end of the season, we've got the Champions League money coming in, the Salah money, the Adidas money. Amongst all the other little sponsors we've got, we're going to get a training ground sponsor. They want a training kit sponsor. They want a pre-match kit sponsor. All this is money towards our FFP. And eventually, maybe a stadium rights name as well. Now, I know a lot of people aren't sold on that, But if you've got the sponsorship's name in front at St James's Park, I'm happy with that, because at the end of the day, it'll always be St James's Park. It doesn't matter, you know. At the end of the day, it'll always be St James's Park, whether it's a Ramco at St James's Park or Saudi Air at St James's Park. It doesn't matter, because St James's Park is always going to be St James's Park. The only difference is it'll just be a name in front of it that will bring that extra revenue in, and whether revenue is 40 million or 60 million a season, look how much it'll help us. So that's what we got to think of at the end of the day. Vic Flange says hello to you, my friend. Hope you're well. David says, just finished work. Perfect time for your show. Thank you very much, mate. Shame about the last game. Yeah, absolutely, Vic. You know, it was just one of them games, unfortunately, you know. Just couldn't get over the line, basically. I think we should have definitely at least had one penalty in that game. Apparently, Graham Potter, Ruben Almiron and Sergio Cancelo on the shortlist to replace Eddie once he goes. Well, I certainly don't want Graham Potter in Newcastle United. Absolutely not. He's, you know, I'd rather keep Eddie Howe if I was to get Graham Potter in. The other ones, I'm not too sure what they're like as managers. We know this sporting director has very close links with Roberto Mancini. So again, we don't know what happens. We'll have to wait and see on that one. I reckon they all do good jobs. I know Potter's a hit take, but I rate him. I think he would be the one who takes us to the next level if he gets the job. I can't lie. Maybe so, but when I saw him at Chelsea, I wasn't impressed, if I'm honest. Yes, he was all right. He done well for Brighton, done very well at Brighton. But at Chelsea, I'm not so sure about Potter at all. Don't mean to get ahead of anyone, but anyone consider Lewandowski for a 1 to 2 year deal at the Tomb? Could be a good guy to have around, mentoring some of our young bucks. Automatic plug and play. Yeah, I mean, look, Lewandowski, I think he's on his way to Saudi, if I'm honest. But will I take him? I'm not so sure. I mean, look, he couldn't even score against Estonia the other night, could he, for Poland? And let's be honest, Poland had that many chances. I'm not sure if he would cut it in the Premier League now. I don't know if he's too old. I mean, look, Giroud's out of contract. He's 37, and I know some people have said, no, thank you. But you know what? He knows the Premier League. Olivier Giroud's played at Chelsea and Arsenal, so he knows the Premier League. So in some ways, Giroud would be a good one to have, especially a good backup off the bench as well. Buzzcock says Chelsea's a shit show, though it is. Absolutely. Lewandowski 350p. Yeah, exactly. That's the other thing as well, Bia. The amount of money he's on as well. Would we want to go out paying that? Absolutely not. That story's going around today that Casemiro's wanted by the Saudi Pro League now. And apparently a lot of Man U fans are saying, please go. So, you know, what a waste of money he was, wasn't he, for Man United? So, but yeah, right. While we're on about Lewandowski, we'll just have a look at his. We'll just look at his stats at the moment. So in the league, he started 24 out of 27 games. He's got 13 goals and 8 assists. So yeah, he's done very well. You know, he is 35 years of age now. But I can't see us getting nowhere near him whatsoever. So I would say Lewandowski. I don't think that one's gonna happen. Well, I can't see it happening, but there again, you know, never say never. Is what I see anyway. Right. So these ones today in here are defenders that I've looked at that we are linked with. So these that we are focusing on today are centre halves. Giroud, let's take. Yeah, but the thing is, though, Pia, I know you laugh about Olivier Giroud, but he had a good game against us for Milan against us at St James's Park, and he isn't. He's banging them in. He's 1-2 for Milan this season, so he's not. 37. He's not lost. He's not lost it. He's good at holding the ball up as well. So and bringing other people into play. So I wouldn't say no to him. I don't think he will come, yeah, but I'm just saying I wouldn't say no as a backup. At least he stays fit longer than Wilson does. Even Posh can't do it with that, so Potter was unlucky though. Yeah, I agree, Buzz Cox, yeah. If Potter was at Chelsea under Abramovich, he would do well, I reckon. Yeah, maybe so, yeah. You never know. Pep would be the one who won everything with City, doesn't stay close too long once he has won the lot, and would love him. Pep, yeah, I would love him, but I don't think he'd come anywhere near us, to be honest. I think if he leaves City, he'll go abroad again. The Saudi League is propping up FFP with its spending. Without them, though, the whole market would be dead. Wouldn't it just be absolutely spot on? Right, okay. So the first defender I'm going to bring on screen is this man here. Now then, now I'm going to try and pronounce his name, and I think I've got it right. It's Alessandro Buongiorno. So Alessandro Buongiorno. He plays for Torino. He's got a contract till 2028. His current market value is around £30 million. He's 24 years of age, Italian international. Now, he has the same agent as Sandro Tonali. Yeah, he's in the same agency as Tonali and Cristante as well. So he's in good company. He can play at left back and he can play at centre back. So he can play in two positions. He's got no weaknesses, but his strengths is his consistency and his positioning. Now, he's started all 21 games this season. He's been Team of the Week twice. He scored 3 goals. He scored 1 with his head and 2 with his left foot. And he's won 1 penalty as well. Now, defending-wise, he's been part of a team that's kept 10 clean sheets. So that's an impressive amount of clean sheets. He has committed 1 penalty, but he's had no errors that's led to a shot or a goal. Clearances per game is 4.7. His ball recoveries per game is 4.6. He makes 2.4 tackles per game, 2.4 interceptions per game as well. He's won 56% of his total duels, 56% of aerial duels, 56% of ground duels. He's had 7 yellow cards, and he's made 2 appearances for the Italian national team since he made his debut January 2023. I haven't seen a lot of him, but what I've heard about him is he is pretty decent. So at £30 million, you've got somebody who can play not only centre-back, but left-back as well. And maybe that versatility would help us out as well. So looking at them stats, he does seem pretty solid defender. And for £30 million, that don't seem a bad shout. What's your thoughts in the chat with this one? Would you take him? Do you think he would be good enough for the Premier League? Buzzcock says he's a name I've posted about, and I've also heard from a good source that Pershers has been looked at as a replacement for Shea. Yeah, he's another one that we've been interested in the past, isn't he? Shares, so who knows? Yeah. David says Giroud doesn't rely on pace, but gives us an option to play a different style. Exactly, David. That's what I'm thinking of. Anyone but Lloyd Kelly. Good afternoon, Tony and Chuck. Good afternoon to you, Alan. Hope you're well. So, yeah. So, look. The stats for this guy are not bad at all. And as I say, he's worth 30 million. That's what they're saying on Transfer Market. And he's got the same agency as Sandro Tonali as well. So maybe the horse one, but we could do a deal maybe. If he's on our radar, he's been linked in the media. As I say, these aren't transfers. I'm not in the know, anything like that. I'm only going off what's in the media. So if that is the case, then we'll have, we'll take it with a pinch of salt. But if he's signed, I'll be all over it because he sounds like he's a decent defender. And that's what we need. We need decent centre halves because look, remember, we've got no Botman for 6 to 9 months. So when Botman's out, we're stuck. So we need to get replacement for him because do we really want to rely on Jamal Lascelles for the next 6 to 9 months? Not really, because, we know Lascelles has got mistakes in him. So we do need to beef up the centre halves. Yes, we know Dan Burn can play there, but will Eddie play him then, play Lewis Hall instead? That's the thing. I don't think he will. As I've said, next Saturday, Dan Burn will start against West Ham at left back. And you can see that happening now. Buzzcock says, if we need a striker of Giroud's quality, we should look at Joshua Zirkzee. Yeah, he's another one we've been checking out as well. Yeah, definitely. Sesko for me says, that one's not going away. That's come back again with a vengeance. People know he's good, but most people don't know how good he is. Yeah. Is that the Zirkzee? He's literally a generational talent. Sesko we are linked with. Brilliant player because Wilson's gone. I mean, look, Callum Wilson I think will be gone in the summer. I don't think Callum Wilson's happy at Newcastle now. Maybe he's not happy because he didn't get that move to Atletico and he wanted to go. Now, you can't blame Callum Wilson if he did want that move because he must have thought, wow, they've come in for me on loan and the club have refused. I thought his body language against Forest, he didn't look a happy player, if I'm honest. And then when he got that injury, it just rubbed salt in the wounds. And then, whether he's back before the end of the season, I'm not sure. But we know with Wilson, you can't get more than 2 games before he's injured again, which is a shame, really, because he is a good Premier League goal scorer. So, right, okay. So we're going to have a look at the next centre-half we're being linked with as well. And it seems to be that we've been doing quite a bit of scouting in Italy. Well, Steve Nickson has. He done a bit with Dan Ashworth in January, but Steve Nickson was mostly in Italy having a good look around at talent because we know he was looking at Emerson from Atlanta. Edison, sorry, not Emerson, Edison. From Atlanta. So, this player also plays for Atlanta as well. There he is. That's Giorgio Scalvini. Now, another one we have been looking around at. Apparently around about the £40 million mark. He's a 20-year-old Italian centre-half who can play in 3 different positions. He can play left back, centre back, and right back. So he can play anywhere across the back 3. So somebody who's got massive, massive versatility there. We know Scalvini is a good centre half, good up and coming centre half. As I say, 20 years of age. Him and Botman at the back. Wow, that would be our future, wouldn't it? Because we know Botman's a Rolls Royce defender and he just, we know he's been carrying this injury. But look, Scalvini is quality. We won't be the only club that's looking at him. I believe Man United are looking at him. There'll be a few others looking at him. If we got this lad in, absolutely he's a baller. He started 25 out of 26 games, twice in Team of the Week. He hasn't scored any goals. He has got 3 assists to his name. He's been involved with a defence that's kept 6 clean sheets this season, so that's 4 less than Alessandro, who we just had on, Bonginho. He makes 1.8 interceptions per game, 1.8 tackles per game. He's give away 2 penalties. Remember, he's only 20. He's give away 2 penalties, and he's had no errors that's led to a shot or a goal. He makes 5.6 balls recoveries per game, so he makes a little bit more. And he's had 2 yellow cards all season, but no red. So that's all he's had all season. So he's a fairly disciplined player. Scalvini, yeah, for me, again, absolutely, it's quality. That's what you got to look at, the quality of the defender. And I think he's up there. He really is up there. And I would like to see him. I would like to see him come in. But again, it's whether the club are looking at him. Now looking at his stats with Sven Botman. On the defensive side, slightly Sven Botman's better. On the technical side, they're both the same. So, without a doubt, they would be a great partnership together. Now, if I look at Jamal Lascelles up against Scalvini, defensively, they're about the same. Tactical, Scalvini's better. Technique, Scalvini's better. Creativity, Scalvini's a lot better on the creativity and on the attacking front as Lascelles. So, there's differences there of opinions between the two. But for me, Scalvini, yeah, definitely, why not? Quality defender. Will we get him? I'm not so sure. But there again, you never know. Right, let's have a look at some of the comments, what people are putting in the chat. A 22-year-old will cost about 35 million. Is that Xerxes, isn't it? I think you're on about, yeah. Bad attitude since the start of the season. He's looked like he just can't be arsed with the game. Isaac Wilson, yeah. Get Wilson out the club as quick as we can. Foxy's in the chat. Hi, Foxy, hope you're well, mate. He says, interested to see Rondon physically and mentally destroy Scalvini and Buongiorno the other day, lol. Yeah. They didn't draw with Italy or something, didn't they? Steve Nixon likes Italian food. Send him to South America. I mean, Foxy's in the chat. Is there any good centre-halves in South America that would come over here and be absolutely fantastic for us? Yes, Tony, spot on about Wilson. Need to cash in on him now, I think. Yeah, we do, absolutely. Scalvini must be bollocks. He would be way more than 40 million. That's what they're estimating, but I mean, who knows? You could be paying way more for Scalvini. It's only what the transfer market are putting him at. I mean, Matt Targett's now only worth apparently £8.5 million. So if we sold Matt Targett, we'd just have to sell him for that. We'll sell him at a loss. Various media outlets are persistent ourselves and Villa having to sell a prize asset to generate funds. This is the thing, Ronald. They're always doing this. They're always making it out that we have got to sell to buy. And the thing is, they don't know our financial situation. Nobody knows. Only the club know. I reckon we go for Antonio Silva from Benfica. Good shout. Seen a lineup the other day online, 6 new players. Mamardashvili, goalkeeper. Ousmane Diomande. Lloyd Kelly. Rafael Edison, Ivan Toney, Minte Tonali looks all right. That would be a good lineup. Whether we get them in, I don't know. Especially with this new sporting director, we could do quickly and get it done. Yeah, definitely, mate. That's a thing we could. That's the thing we could end up getting transfers done quickly and get our spending done and dusted and get it over the line. Could be a good sign. You can play across the back four. Absolutely, Ian. Again, that versatility's there as well. Could be in the year before Botman's back. Yeah, well, that's it, Alan. Even if it was December, but then by the time he's done his training, it could be January next year. So it's a bit longer. I ignore media talk, Ronald, just to say I've absolutely in. The media don't want to see us spending. That's why, and they just use us for clicks, so they get money. Because every time you click on every time they put an article out with a misleading headline, and people are like, "Oh, I need to click on that and have a look." As soon as you click on that article, bang, they've made money off you straight away. They're saying, "Oh, thank you very much. There's another Newcastle fans. Just give us some money." Every time you hit on that, it's like, "Oh, yes, we've just made another bit of money." Hi, Tony. Hi, Trolls. Hope you're well. Yeah, I agree, Mighty Mag. It'll be lucky if he's back this year. Ricardo Vassiari, Tony. Yeah, absolutely. Shears is a shout to replace Share. Shears should shadow Share. And if Shears shapes up, Ship Shah. That's a good one. Yeah, I mean, look, it's a bit of a mouthful, that, wasn't it? But yeah, I agree. I mean, he's not a bad. We'll have a look at his stats anyway as well, per Shears. My target would be about $1 million if we were lucky. Well, I think we'll get more than that from him, but we need to get him off the wage bill. 100 grand a week, and yet Joelinton can't get a pay rise. I don't think we'll have to sell anyone this summer with all the sponsors coming in. Exactly what I said, Trolls. If we're going to get training ground sponsors, training kit sponsors, pre-match kit sponsors, Luton Town do that. If you next time you watch a game when Luton's live, and they've got a pre-match kit on, are sponsored by TUI. Now, yes, it's probably not a massive sponsor, but it's a sponsorship and it's generating money for the club. Played 2 games in 2 years, getting old and less fit. Yeah. He's depreciating in value. Yeah, target is. Unless we change to a back three, I'll be staying away from Scalvini considering the price. Not many examples of him performing well in the back four. That's another true point as well. And Eddie Winnow doesn't play a back three normally, does he? So, yeah. Mamardashvili could be a good signer for us. Again, yeah, he could be. But I think there'll be a few clubs looking at him. And how much he'll cost, I do not know. Trolls says, I turned 50 in the summer, but trained 5 times a day to get rid of fat. Lost 19 kilos in 4 months. Wow, well done, mate. Well done. 5 million for target at the most. Could well be. BS says, we will sell Target, Wilson, Almiron, Murphy, Longstaff, Dummett, Lascelles, and others before our stars. We sell all them. I think with Jamal Lascelles, I know a lot of us were like, oh, he signed a new deal. We're not happy that the new deal's in. But I think we've signed, I think the reason they've done that, I think it's a master stroke from the club, because what it is, it means in the summer, if we want to get rid of Lascelles, somebody will have to pay the money to buy him because he's now got a contract. And I think that's a master stroke from the club. I really do. Same with Kraft. How will never sell his favourite long. Well, thing is though, if this new director of football comes in and he turns around and says, I want him gone, nothing Eddie Howe can do about it. I rate Lascelles. I mean, look, Lascelles did well for us when he came in, but then he started making the mistakes again. I think he's all right as a backup for the odd few games now and then, but I wouldn't say on a consistent season for the whole season, no. Never understood the hate. We just loved the lad. I mean, Lascelles he's been great, yeah. He's been great for us, But I can see us selling him in the summer. Personally, if somebody come in and offered us 10 million, I think we would take it. Unreal personality and physical defender he is, and we know he's good for getting into those positions to score as well, and he can score a good goal with his head. I've seen a link with us, Goncalo, Nazio and Diamondi, then the financial restrictions could prevent us. So is it just that bullshit then? Thing is, Ronald, You know, that's a thing. Nobody knows. The thing is, nobody knows the situation. You go out there and tell me one club in either the Premier League, the Championship, League One, League Two, National League North, South, whatever you want. You go and have a look and see what club puts out and tells them what financial situation they're in or what budget they've got to spend in the summer. They wouldn't tell you because no club tells you. It'd be like if Wrexham, who are in League Two, me going to League One next season, if they put out, oh, by the way, we've got, say, 80 million to spend, or say if they put out saying we got 30 million to spend in the summer, as soon as they go knocking for players, the price is going to go boom, sky high. Oh, here's Wrexham coming. They want one of our players, right? Okay, let's bump the price up by an extra 10 million. That's what they'll do. A bit like us, the Newcastle tax. Rudiger, Pottershead, Haaland against themselves. Yeah, I mean, look, I don't disagree with that. But there is times when he has played long term and the mistakes have crept in. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying he's a bad defender at all. If we sell Bruno, we give Dummett and Richie new contracts. I'll go over there and make sure how leaves us trolls. Foxy says centre backs in South America. Tobias Palacios been starting at 17, doing really well. Valentin Gomez from Vélez, Basili River in Europe, and Masquera from Valencia. Excellent, Foxy. I mean, the thing is, I remember when you mentioned the lad who went to Barco, wasn't it? Who went to Brighton. Why didn't we go in for him, a left back? 10 million quid. We should have gone in for him. Like I say, there's been reports saying that we could have had Alan Varela last summer, but Eddie Howe apparently didn't want him, and that's why we didn't get him. He went to Porto for 6.9 million. Lascelles, good squad player at most. Is this guy the new DOF, Tony? Well, he's not been officially announced, but he has been over the international break. He's been in London and he was still there yesterday. And the funny thing is, obviously I didn't know they were at Luton as well, but apparently Manda and Miadad were at Luton yesterday. And then as soon as the game finished, they went straight down to London. Because obviously people have put pictures on that they've seen them in London. Maybe they've met up with this guy as well. Who knows? But I think they went to Wembley to watch the England-Brazil match because obviously they wanted to see Anthony Gordon, Bruno. So, yeah. The reports are getting stronger that he could be our new DOF. So who knows? We'll just have to wait and see on that one. Lascelles made 2 huge errors last match that easy could have been goals when he did it Blackburn solely. I don't trust Lascelles for the rest of the season, to be honest. This is why I'm saying I would rather we played someone like Lewis Hall or maybe play Matt Targett at left back just to push Dan Burn back into his natural centre half position. And because we all know Dan Burn's lost at left back. Alessandro says the US national Haji Ray from Coventry can play ball. I would look at him. Do you know what? I watched him against Wolves and I thought he looked really good. I was quite impressed with him. I was quite impressed with that Casey Palmer as well, if I'm honest. But there again, last season I was quite impressed with Victor Gyökeres, and I was like, I would have him at Newcastle. And look at him now; he's smashing it for Sporting, and he's absolutely smashing it. Now what's he worth now? They got him for less than 20 million. What's he worth now? 60 million? Unbelievable. Lascelles is limited, old and prone to mistakes. Botman makes mistakes. Cher makes mistakes. Even Van Dijk makes mistakes. No defender makes a mistake. Yeah, absolutely they do. I mean, we know why Botman's been made a lot lately because, well, he's been injured. I know you can't force a player to have an operation, but I think the medical staff should have took that out of his hands. Ian says, just like maybe. Palacios would be an unreal signing from Bayer Leverkusen. Backup central midfielder would be unreal for us. Call up Leo Shaw. Apparently, there's been some good reports about him, hasn't it? In the been some good reports coming out the youth team about him. Yeah, he looks really good, doesn't he? We got him from Wolves. Mark Kerrigan, hi mate, hope you're well. He says, what about a new striker, Jared Bowen? I would have Jared Bowen, you know. I think that was the reason we didn't sign Jared Bowen, because as soon as Hull mentioned money, Mike Ashley said, no, we're not paying for him. Probably wanted him on a free. But yeah, Jared Bowen, I think we missed a trick not getting him, I tell you now. But maybe he's out of reach, though. We've proven that trusting the youth can have benefits from Elliot Anderson and Maley and even Joe White. Yeah, this is the thing, though, right, Buzzcocks? And this is what I said last game. And people said, oh, but we can't play him because he's just come back, right? I said, against Man City in the FA Cup, put Longstaff on the bench because we clearly know he has an injury. He's getting injections. Eddie Howe's even confirmed that. Now then, what I would say is Longstaff should have been rested against City. Just give him a rest. You could have played Anderson. And yes, people might say Anderson's just come back, right? But Anderson could have played for an hour. Then when Anderson's played for an hour, you could have took him off and give Maley half an hour. You know, it would have been a no-brainer. But no, instead, let's just put injured Longstaff on and play him. And when you watch them come out the tunnel for the second half, Longstaff was limping like hell. And then he eventually got taken off in the 60th minute. But, I mean, look, it should have been done before then. He shouldn't have played. I think he should have been rested for that game, in all honesty. So I think in some ways, criticism's got to go to Eddie Howe on that. He should have rested him. Troll says, indeed, Tony centre-back for Burn. But guess what? Howe doesn't want to do that. He loves seeing Burn being used as a roundabout. That's what I said before you came on the stream. I said, look, I've no doubt that next weekend against West Ham, Burn is going to start left-back. And if he doesn't, then I'll be shocked. Did you see the empty VIP seats at Wembley? Also after half-time, they seem more empty to me. Yeah, there was quite a few, wasn't there? Probably sitting and having their lunch or their dinner or whatever, tea. If we have little money to spend, buying English would be insane. Exactly, because the thing is, English players cost you a lot more money than they do getting them abroad. It doesn't make sense. I've seen there's links with Eddie Nketiah. No, thank you. Do not touch him with a barge pole. You know, there's a link going around Emile Smith-Rowe now this weekend. No, thank you. Again, another injury-prone player. We do not need you. I would have Bowen as well, but think Hammers would want too much. Yeah, now that he's on that new contract as well, so there's no way they're going to sell him cheap, are they? Absolutely not. Dubravka to go. Yeah, I agree. I know a lot's been made of yesterday. He's conceded the quickest goal in international football. But look, it was the start of the game. Sometimes you're not even properly warm, are you? And it probably just caught him off guard. But look, I think if he's not first choice, I think Dubravka will leave in the summer. I really do. In a 35, look, cash in on him. Try and get something for him. Maybe that's why he's having some decent games for us, because he's putting himself in the shop window. And plus, when he goes to the Euros for Slovakia, hopefully he has a good Euros as well. Howe says he has no choice to play along. Exactly, it's bullshit. Yeah, he's got plenty of options. Yeah, exactly. Gyökeres, perfect example of why you should never disrespect the option signing players on the Championship. Some talented players in there. Philogene, Sara, Aspria, etc. Philogene's the Villa player, isn't he? Has he gone on permanent or is he on loan from Villa? Because I know he played for Villa, didn't he? Because he looked decent against us in that US tournament. Aspria's not a bad show either, is he? The Watford player. Dubravka's a clown. Did you see him for Man United? Yeah, Man U didn't think much of him. I want to see more of Jay Turner-Cook. Yes, we must see him next season. Yeah, let's hope so. And the same with Minty. Let's hope to see Minty next season coming in as well. So let's hope. Guys, we've got people in chat, so please do, if you haven't yet smashed that like, please do give it a like. It does help the channel, and if you're new to the channel, come and smash that subscribe and help us on the way to 1200 as well. Right, okay, so that's 2 defenders down. Now let's look at the next defender. And it's been spoken about this guy in the chat. So we'll have a look. Let's get him on screen. There he is. And that's Ousmane Diomande. Yes. So we've just been speaking about him. Apparently, it's valued around £60 million. Ivory Coast, 20 years of age. Ground jewels are his strength. He can play right back and centre back. So again, he's versatile. Very, very good centre half. 19 games started this season. He's been in Team of the Week twice. He's got 1 goal, 1 assist. He's been in a defence that's kept 5 clean sheets. He's had 1 error that's led to a shot, but none that's led to a goal. He hasn't given any penalties away. His ball recoveries is 5.8 per game, so slightly better than Scalvini. 75% of dribbles have been successful. He wins 66% of his aerial duels, and he wins 63% of his ground duels as well. He's had 4 yellow cards. He's had 1 second yellow card to a red, and he's had 1 red card this season as well. So, look, they got him from Denmark in 2023. €7.5 million, which really is a bargain, isn't it? But this lad's stock has really risen so high. He is a cracking defender, let's be honest, you know. And yes, I would love to see this guy at town as well. But you know, we can't have everybody. But at 20 years of age, he's got a long way to go in the game. Nowhere near his peak yet, and he's absolute quality. And that's a quality we should be aiming for. Obviously, he's proven himself at Sporting. You know, they don't have to sell him in a hurry. He's contract till 2027, so they don't have to get rid of him in a hurry. But absolutely, this guy is the real deal. And yeah, if there was an opportunity to take him, I would say definitely go for it. Probably more than Scalvini, to be fair. Isn't Aspiratino's son? I'm not sure. Is it his son? I'm not sure. Just think how many players we were linked with this season and had a lucky escape. Diaby, to name one. Yeah, Paul, absolutely making high anyway. Yeah, I agree. Diaby, yeah, he hasn't really set the Premier League alight, has he, with Aston Villa? You know, the thing is, the amount of players we've been linked with, are these just been smoke screens, or has it been down to the fact that Dan Ashworth didn't want these players? The players are there, just can't develop them. Foxy says, Hull paid around $5.5 million for Philogene, now valued at $12 million. And no, yes, that isn't related to Tino. Many Asperias in Colombian football. There we go, Foxy said that as well. I didn't think he was. Well, I didn't think he was. I wasn't sure. I've never heard that link before. But Philogene, yeah. You know, like you say, Foxy's having a good season with Hull. There is some players in the Championship which are worth a punt. I mean, look, Villa signed the Middlesbrough striker, didn't they? So Lewis Miley, Jay Turner, Cook, Elliot Anderson, Joe White must play next season. Yeah, absolutely, mate. I mean, look, they've got to have some sort of playing time. Elliot Anderson was great in pre-season. Shame he got this back injury, but now he's back. I'd like to see Jay Turner Cook given an opportunity. We've seen Miley come in, and Miley's done very, very well. But I think we're trying to manage Miley, and that's the thing, the important thing. He's only 17. you don't want to really burn him out. Yeah, we'll just have to wait and see on that one, and see what develops. But on Diamande, yeah, definitely, I would definitely have him if there was an opportunity of getting him in. That's for sure. Any news on Qual? We don't know what's happening with Qual. He scored yesterday, didn't he, for Australia under 23s on the penalty spot. Again, the lad's wasted on loan at Volendam. He's not really starting much, is he, for them, and not getting game time. So again, I don't know what's happening with this man. Should we just bring him back and send the Championship on loan? I would say so. Is the lad going to make it? That's the thing. We're not so sure. Maybe the A-League might only be his level. Me too, before he came to the Premier League, says Paul. Young kid from the Mackems, Clark. Good shout. Is that Jack Clark, is it? He's not a bad player, Jack Clark, is he? Look at what Barcelona did to Pedro. Yeah. Paul said, I think next season we need to fix the weak links. Right wing, left back, and another centre back, and another striker if Bruno goes, then another centre midfielder. Yeah, absolutely. Look, we've got a few. We have got a few there to do, but there's a few positions that need upgrading. Definitely the right wing needs upgrading. That's without a shadow of a doubt. Almiron's not a right winger, never will be. I'd rather Almiron playing on the left. Chris Rigg is who I think he means. Oh yeah, Chris Rigg, yeah. I was going to say Jack Clark, but he's from the Mackem, says we. Gabriel Sara from Norwich's recent form has been amazing too, good for the Championship. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's so many of these players out there, Foxy, in the Championship. It's unreal how, absolutely unreal, isn't it? What are Newcastle fans' views on Sean Longstaff? He's been at my club, Leeds United, if we get promoted. Do you know what it is? If Leeds want to buy him for 15 million, I would say, yeah, take him. Do you know what it is? Look, he'd probably do a great job at Leeds, let's be honest. But I think the level we want to go to, I don't think Longstaff's at that level. So I would say, yeah, if you get him, he has played some good games for us, let's be honest. And he can score some good goals. He does a lot of the dirty work. But this season, he just hasn't been on it. Whether it's because of the injury or whatever's impacted him, I don't know. But he is coming into the final year of his contract. And look, if you want to take him at Leeds United, I would say, yeah, absolutely. He'd help you stay in the Premier League, that's for sure. Gordon is clear. Brian, evening. I see the happy clappers are out again. I love them, says Brian. Good evening, Brian. Hope you're well, mate. Look, Brian, we've just been speaking about some defenders here. We've got we've looked at Bongiono, sorry. We've looked at Scalvini. We've now just looked at Diamande. These are defenders we are being linked with. What's your thoughts, Brian, to this potential new director of football? Is he coming in? Because the rumours are getting really, really hot on this guy, and it's ramping up now, isn't it, amongst the media? Qual would be better loaned out the Heathen, settling the Geordie culture. Do you know what? That's not a bad shout. Send them to Gateshead. Yeah. What's to say Gateshead might not be in League 2 next season? So there we go, yeah. Jamal Lowe. Yeah, but again, another injury-prone player. Gotcha. Any interest in transfer targets? Well, I'll just do a recap what we've had. We've looked at this guy. It was Alessandro Buongiorno of Torino. He's another one that's being linked with us. He can play left back and centre back. We looked at Scalvini, who again has been linked with us. But he would probably cost serious money in all honesty. And then we've just looked at Diamonde of Sporting Lisbon, and again another cracking centre half as well. So that's what we've looked at so far, Jam Stasher. But again, it's all media speculation at the end of the day. Burners in the 2 to 5% rate when it comes to aerial duels won and the save for clearance. That's bad for a 6'7" guy, and that's why Howe plays him, he said. Yeah. Paul says, do you think the Jacob Ramsey rumours had anything in it before they got injured? I thought he was a decent young player. I mean, look, he's not a bad player, is he, Jacob Ramsey? But I'm not sure he was ever on our radar. I think it was just a rumour started up from somebody. We need a defender and a striker, says the baseman. Yeah, absolutely, mate. Definitely. If you've just joined the show, guys, don't forget to smash that like. That does help the channel. And if you're new to the channel, smash that subscribe as well. Thank you very much. I'll take him. He's an eye for talent and crude manager, says Brian on the director of football. He had a baseman says Minty will be with us next season. We need to offload the deadwood. Absolutely. Look, I want to see Minty given a chance next season. I know Feyenoord want him back, but I would rather see him with us as well. So again, I would rather see him come in, if I'm honest. We should go to Europe with South America, Africa players. The English tax mean we can buy 1 to 2 good, the rest squad players. That's the thing. Foxy's listed them before, on many occasions. The amount of talent that's there, and yet we don't seem to be jumping on board for it. And I just don't get it. I don't know why we don't jump on the bandwagon and get these players in. Which to me is it's absolutely criminal, because we should be in for these players, definitely. Go back to Austria for another European training boot camp. Yeah, why not? Newcastle Villa Forest will have to sell in the summer. If we don't come in June, we will get referred to an independent commission. Is this not just rumours, O'Brien? Nobody actually knows, do they? Striker is main priority and central defender for next season, says Mark Kerrigan. Definitely, mate. Well, we definitely need a centre half now, that's for sure, because with Botman out. Which DOF is currently the front runner? Right, let me just pop him on screen. That's Rui Pedro Braz. He's currently Benfica's sporting director. He's had an interview with the company who are looking for a sporting director, and apparently he's been in London. He's still in London yesterday. Amanda and Mia Dad went back down to London after the match at Luton yesterday. Obviously, they were at Wembley last night. Maybe they've been down and spoken to him as well. So who knows? A lot of press is going around that this guy is on his way in. So again, we'll just have to wait and see if this is the case. But again, I don't know too much about the man. But again, we'll just have to wait and see what happens. Let's see. We will just have to wait and see on that one. And So yeah, we just wait further developments on that one, and I'm sure we will find out in due course if that is the case. Right, so I'm going to bring up another transfer link in a moment, which was quite a surprise when I saw this player link the other day, and I thought, oh, okay. Again, not somebody I'm really familiar a lot about them, but again, it is one that we can obviously keep an eye on and see if anything happens. Because who knows? It may do in the summer. Right, let's get this guy on screen. Right, just bear with me. So I'll try and pronounce his first name. So there he is. He plays for Feyenoord. Quillinchi Harman, that's his name. Quillinchi Harman. He's a 22-year-old left back. He's got no outstanding strengths, no outstanding weaknesses. He's worth around about 20 million quid at the moment. Obviously, he plays in the same team as Minty. 25 games started, 25 played. Twice in Team of the Week. He's got no goals, but he has got 5 assists as a left back. 5 assists. His expected assists this season are 6.75, so he's almost matched that. His passing is 83% accurate per game, 90% in his own half, 75% in the opposition half. 27% crosses are accurate. He's been a defence that's kept 10 clean sheets this season. His ball recoveries is 5.1 per game. He's had no errors that's led to a shot or a goal, and he's not committed any penalties either. And he's had 2 yellow cards all season. 22 years of age, left back. If we need a new left back, there we go. That's the guy. Highly rated. Whether there be many clubs looking at this guy in the summer, we don't know. But again, it's another link. And if he's worth about 20 million quid, then yeah, why not? Could be if Minty goes back there on loan next season. We see, right, okay, you have Minty on one condition. We have first refusal on Hartman. Who knows? We could do a deal and get him in a price, and Minty has another loan spell next season at Feyenoord. But obviously, they won't be able to keep Minty because we want him back. So there we are. What do you think about that one as well? Since I refuse to play Hull, we might see need a left back too. Yeah, well, that's one I've just put on screen. We definitely need a new keeper in the summer. Manchester Dubs letting a goal in 6 seconds into the game. Baz has been done in an interview with our club, from what I read. Yeah, he has. Yeah, he's had an interview from the not from the club, but from the people who the club employed to go out and find the director of football. Paul Mitchell was heavily linked, but I think they have looked at his record and thought he doesn't stay very long at clubs, so maybe they've looked and said we want somebody for the longer term. We don't want another Ashworth where Paul Mitchell's a bit like that. He stays at a club for a couple of years and then moves on. We don't want that. Sorry, but I still think Howe isn't the man to take us to the next level. I mean, the reports are saying this guy likes Mancini, so who knows? What a mid-table finish for us next season. I can't see that happening. Europe's got to be the priority next season. We could have prime Roberto Carlos, and then he would pick Burn over him, says Buzzcocks. Tony wouldn't be a bad player. Foxy says, Pedro Braz done some good business bringing in Marcus Leonardo. Yeah. Pristani Rollheiser, who we're linked to South America in Europe. He brought in Koku from Feyenoord and Di Maria on a free. That's what we're dealing with, Foxy. And I tell you what, Foxy, are you happy with, if he's going to be our director of football, are you happy with that move? Because I am. 14-14 Yorks. And the only way, in my opinion, the only way Newcastle can progress and compete in the Premier League is if they build a new state-of-the-art stadium, similar to Spurs, making $5 million a home game now. Would Newcastle be open to moving away? Apparently, there's talks that we are going to knock down St James's Park and totally rebuild it into a state-of-the-art stadium. So again, if that's the case, then I would like to see that happen. Absolutely. Because then we need to start getting money generated as well. Remember, we've got England playing in the summer, so there'll be money coming from the gate receipts for that as well. Cottonwell's leaving in the summer due to a lack of game time, says Buzzcocks as well. Right, so we looked at Hartman there. He was actually an extra because I wasn't even going to discuss him. I realised, hang on a minute, I've missed one out here. So, right, so where are we playing if we have to tear down St James's? Well, that's the question, trolls. Yeah, exactly. Definitely won't be the stadium machine. That's from. So don't worry about that. I don't know where we would play. I've always said we need, if there's some land somewhere where we can, ideally where the arena was, or the arena is, sorry, if we could have used that land, we could have put one of those temporary stadiums up like they had in the World Cup in Qatar. And we could have played there for a couple of seasons, but I don't know where we would put one of those temporary stadiums in the city. In the centre, it may have to be outside the city centre. But even if it's only just for a couple of seasons, I heard Howe loves Rodney Trotter from Bournemouth, says Brian. We'll have no home ground, yeah. I wouldn't want to move to that. Would be better. Tony wouldn't mind that, though. Yeah. They can play in Toronto. I wouldn't mind that, says Jam Stasher. Gates said not many fans, but it's the cheapest option. Yeah, that's the thing. There wouldn't be many fans there, though, would there? But there again, the club could get temporary stands built. And then what the club might do is say, look, we'll build temporary stands to make it look better. And then obviously, maybe the club might help them rebuild a stadium. Who knows? So that's not a bad option at all, matey Mag. Gateshead Stadium. Right, so the last player in the series of the defenders is another guy we've been linked with. Liverpool tried to offer stupid money in January for him and got told basically to go away. Liverpool offered £26 million for this player. They were told, come back with double that and you can have him. So basically, he's worth £52 million according to Sporting Lisbon, and he is Goncalo Inacio. We've spoken about him before on a transfer show previously, in previous windows. Now, this is a player I really, really like, and I would take him at the drop of a hat. This guy is only 22 years of age, youngster. He's got no outstanding weaknesses. Ground jewels are his strength. He can play anywhere across the back three. Right back, centre back, left back. Absolutely versatile right across that three. He does do a lot of playing on the left and left back. So I wouldn't mind this guy, if I'm honest. And a 52 million, I think is an absolute bargain. 20 games out of 23 started this season. He's got one team of the week. He's got one goal, and that was scored with his right foot, and he's won a penalty as well. He's been part of a team that's kept 8 clean sheets. He's won 58% of ground duels, 50% aerial duels. He's had 5 yellow cards. He's had 1 second yellow card to a red and 1 red card as well. So his discipline isn't massively bad. 5.2 per game ball recoveries as well. So, he's not bad. He can recover the ball pretty well. But he can play anywhere across the back three. Very talented lad. I would take him, absolutely. And if we are going to get him, I would like us to get in there before the Euros, because if this guy has a crack in Euros, his price may just rise a little bit more. But yeah, I absolutely rate this guy 100%. And £52 million is a no-brainer. And the fact that he can play right across the back three as well. Brian says we definitely need a new stadium. There's concerts like Liverpool are making 3 nights in a row for Taylor Swift. Concert money is crazy. Yeah, exactly. Get these big people in. Absolutely, Brian. Plants built in the exact same place or next door on the park. I'm not sure where they're thinking on Jam Stasher. I mean, look, again, we don't know what's happening. I'm sure the club will come out in some time about where we are going to put, do this. But even if even if we use Lees's Park up a bit and we built a stadium in there, then we could still have St James's Park until that one was built, and then maybe knock St James's Park down and move Lees's Park to there. So there's all these options, isn't there? But we'll leave it to the architects. I think it's pronounced Conchalvo. Oh, is that what it is? Conchalvo. We never spent 52 million on a centre back, but we spent 55 on Tonali, and Howe really had to push for that one over the line. Was Dan Ashworth saying that he was? Alan says seems to be the only realistic option. Rebuild slightly, moving footprint would solve capacity problem. Hope they do that, but where would they play in the meantime? That is the problem. Yeah, absolutely. Buzzcock says we should get Borgiano, Schurz, and Hartman. Yeah, I mean, look, Hartman's not a bad shout at all, and it would solve the left back. I mean, I know we've got Lewis Hall there, but again, we need to be making sure, with that we're going to play Lewis Hall, and that's the thing. That's Lewis Hall can't be one for the future. He's got to be one for now. It's absolutely got to be a one for now, Lewis Hall. But it's whether he gets the game time. That's the other thing as well. So if I can get it, I'll get a picture of Schurz, and we'll put him on screen. Just bear with me, guys, and he'll be on screen in just one moment. There he is. That's him. His name's been back. I've looked at this guy before on a previous transfer show, and yeah, we've looked at him before. But we'll have another we'll have another look now at him as well. So he's a Dutchman, 24 years of age. Currently plays for Torino. He's just a centre half, right-footed centre half. So again, would be probably for sure. He's only played 9 games this season. He's got 1 goal. So I'm not sure why he's only played 1 game. He's been injured, and he's injured at the moment. So not sure what the injury is. But he is definitely out with an injury. It looks like it's been a long-term one. It looks like he's been out since November with it. So not sure what injury he has got. Yes, obviously he is a quality player. But I'm just not sure what his injury is at the moment. So it's an interesting one, that. Have to have a look and see what his injury is. Just get his injury record up a minute, and then we'll have a look. Right, okay, so the injury he's got at the moment, which he actually suffered in October 2023, and he's not expected back till May the 1st, and it's a cruciate ligament injury. So that is a major injury. So again, that could be something that if we ever looked at him, that could be a cause of concern on a medical maybe. So I'm not so sure at the moment. So we'll just have to wait and see how he comes back. When you've got something like, when you've got a player who's got an injury like that, you're sort of like, okay, I'm not so sure about that. Troll says, if Wilson and Isak stays, I fear no striker will come in because how we'll see wouldn't know what to do with a third striker. I can't see Wilson staying. We don't play back three, so him being able to play across the back three doesn't even affect us. You can play anywhere across the back three, and that's your. It's Leazer's part where they want to build on. Brian says, same place at the end of the day. We have to get with the times. I love our ground, but these standards rusting away like the pillars holding it up are bad. Tods are shocking. Yeah, exactly. I totally agree, Brian. And that's your 22 and Diamondi 20 both play for Sporting Lisbon. Yeah, absolutely, Ronald. We may hate Everton, but their new stadium is state of the art with same Spurs stadium. Absolutely, Brian. Lewis Hall's only 19. Tino's a natural right back, and we have nobody who is really experienced at left back. Hartman is a perfect buy. Yeah, I can't disagree with that. Absolutely. I don't like Man City ground. Their sponsor boards are sky high. It's a plastic ground. Well, Man City got their ground because the Commonwealth Games were in Manchester, and when that stadium was finished with, Man City were playing at Main Road. So Man City were basically given that stadium. If Bruno does go, I say slam 80 million on the Interdesk for Barella. Imagine that midfield, Tonali, Barella and Big Joe. Do you know what, David? That would be an absolutely stunning transfer, wouldn't it? He would be awesome. Paul says if St James's was to be rebuilt on, I'm sure they would do it in stages, keep some of the stands still up so the team has somewhere to play. Yeah, good shout, Paul. How's nephew must love injury-prone players. I don't even know why his nephew is in charge of transfers. He shouldn't be. Sorry, he should not be. Yeah, Foxy's saying the same as me. Cruciate ligament injury, no chance. Absolutely, Foxy. I can't see it happening. Because sometimes players don't fully recover from them. Problem is, they have them listed buildings, and because of the ground, it's right in the city. Every other stadium can be built, but there's no there. Exactly, and the thing is, Brian, there's not many grounds in the middle of the city now like ours. And if we moved out the city, that would be criminal because, as I've said previously, if you move the stadium out the city, then you've got all those businesses on a match day, all the shops, all the restaurants, the bars, they're going to lose a lot of money, a lot of revenue. Because when away fans come, sometimes their wives will come with them, or their partners will come, and when they're going to the football, their wives and partners will then go around the city to go and do some shopping, things like that, or go and have a drink somewhere, or have a bite to eat, something like that. If we take that out the city, Newcastle City Centre will be like a ghost town on a Saturday. So it's absolutely ideal that we keep this ground in the city centre. Absolutely. Mohamed Simon would be an unreal shout at centre back. Alan says at the moment they are not going to move the majority of fans and owners want to stay put. Yeah. The baseman Rain says, I think the defence is okay. We could do with another centre back. We have 2 or 3 right back, 4 centre back plus Botman, Bruno Miley, Willock, Anderson, Tonali, and Big Joe plus 1. Yeah. Eddie's family shouldn't be involved in recruitment. This doesn't say best of the best. It just says jobs for the boys. Yeah, I mean, he's only 29, Andy Howe, or Andy Pandy, as some people call him. Not really great, is it? And no, you shouldn't have your family involved at all. So again, it's not really ideal, is it? Let's be honest. It's not ideal at all. So we shall see. Guys, we've got 33 likes and we got 42 watching. So if you'd like to smash those likes, that'd be absolutely fantastic. It does really help the channel. And if you're new, smash that subscribe as well. So there we go, guys. I mean, look, we've looked at some, we've looked at some good transfers there. Possibilities anyway, because at the moment they are not transfers that are going to come into the club. They are just people that are being linked in the media. And when you look at what's linked in the media, all we do is we just put out there and we have a look at their stats, see how good they are as a player, and to see why we're being linked with them. If we're not, it's not to say that any of these might even come in. None of them might come in, or we may get one of them in. Who knows? Media don't get everything right all the time, but it does look like we're on the way to getting a new director of football. I've said if we're going to get one in, get them in before the end of the season, because we're going to have a huge and busy summer. I can see a busy summer coming. But I want a director of football who is ruthless, who isn't sentimental. It's no good being sentimental. People saying that the likes of Richie and Dummett may get a new contract. I'm sorry, no, they have to go. I don't care how good they are around the dressing room. I really don't care. Get them off the books. Get rid. Let them go somewhere else. So these players need to move on. Let Paul Dummett go. He can go and do a job for somebody in the Championship or even lower half of the Premier League table. Just let these players move on. Please do not give them new contracts. Let's go into some more comments. Alan says a road grade one listed buildings has no chance of demolishing. Absolutely, Alan. We can't build on the arena site. That's when it gets demolished and built a new one on the quay side, because that land is owned by 3 different companies. Yeah, the heliport's there as well, in it. Please hit the likes and subscribe. Cheers, Mighty Mag. Thank you very much. Any arena is a non-starter for a stadium. And he's saying the exact thing. Yeah, absolutely. Right, guys and girls, we are coming to the end of this show now, but I hope you've enjoyed it. And if you have enjoyed what you see, then please do smash that like. It does help the channel. And also, if you are brand new at the channel, smash that subscribe. Come join this great community and hit that bell notification to keep you up to date with any future shows, pre-records as well. So as I say, shame that girls couldn't quite win the trophy yesterday. But you know what? Let's see them go and beat Liverpool Feds next weekend at Kingston Park. And as I say, it's Easter Sunday. If you're looking for something to do Easter Sunday, get along there. Go and cheer the lasses on. I know some people are not a lover of women's football, but at the end of the day, Newcastle United is one club. We are united as one. And it doesn't matter if it's the girls, the under-23s, the under-17s, whoever it is, our club. We want our club to be successful. So if you've got nothing to do next week, get yourselves along to Kingston Park, go and support the lasses and cheer them on. And, let's cheer them on to promotion, and it'll be absolutely fantastic if they achieve that and get the Championship. They will have to upgrade in the Championship because it's a different level. I think the goalkeeping department will have to be definitely beefed up. No disrespect to Grace Donnelly. Yesterday, she was caught out, so they'll have to upgrade on that as well. Let's go through some final comments before we wrap up as well. David says, I don't want Richie or Dummett. If anyone's cheerleaders signing Coco the Clown on Entertainment, much cheaper. Cheers, David. Ronald says, if the other side of the Redruth Bridge, Fourth Banks Police Station, I'd done groundworks on there, a viable option. Yeah, maybe just put a temporary stadium there, maybe, yeah. Great show, Tony B. Brill. Cheers, Mikey Mag. Thank you very much. Bye, guys. Thank you very much, Alan. Well said, says Buzzcocks. Thank you very much, mate. Tony Tyneside, Life Explained All. Great show, Tony. Take care, all in chat. Cheers, Wayne. Thank you very much. No matter the gender, we are Newcastle United. Absolutely, Buzzcocks. Definitely, mate. Well said, mate. Well said. Take care, everyone. Chat to the next one. Adios. You too, Mikey Mag. Alessandro says, this was another home run, Tony. Thank you very much, Alessandro. Cheers, mate. Hi, says Jan. Hi, Jan. We're actually just finishing now, but you'll have to go back to start and catch up, mate. But it's been a great show, Tony. Cheers, Ian. Thank you very much, mate. And it's been absolutely brilliant. So, yeah, so as I say, they're all just links at the moment. But, you know, we're going to have a busy summer. Let's see what happens in the summer. But let's hope at the end of the season, we're finishing European place. We've got to start by beating West Ham next week. That is a 6-pointer. So I won't be back with the show tomorrow, but I'll definitely be back on Tuesday with the show because I'm going to do a pre-match for the England game where I'll bring you both lineups between England and Belgium. So I'll do a pre-match for that one. And then the Dynamic Duo's back next week as well. That is me and John Sinclair. The Dynamic Duo show is back on this channel after an absence of over a year. So thankfully that one is back, and hope you can all tune in for that one when it comes back. Would you have Rafa back? I don't think so. Not as manager now. I think he's done now. Just been sacked by Vigo. Yeah, I don't think so. But, you know, he was great for us. But I'm not so sure now. Definitely not, though. But anyway, guys, remember the future is bright. The future is definitely black and white. Until the next time, I will see you later. Take care. And it's away the lads.